Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
A friend of mine here in Pennsylvania, and I've been pinning some locks. I've been getting pretty well acquainted with it. But I had one today. I pinned it all up. The master key worked, the change key worked, but I couldn't get the operator key to work.
So when you say operator key, do you mean the operating key? You'll have a change key and a master key. What were the three keys? Master?
I got a master, a core key, and the operator's key.
So when you say core key, do you mean the control key that turns the lug so you can pull the core?
Yes.
Okay. So you couldn't get the operator's key, which we would call the change key. So, as is the case with BEST and all locksmithing, you have to double check your work. Something went wrong. So if you had your biddings for all three keys, I could go through with you your pinning chart and tell you what pins ought to be there.
I got it right in front of me here.
Okay, hold the phone. I'm going to ask you for that in a minute, but I'm at the water cooler, so I'm going to need a second because I want to walk to my desk and write down your biddings. Are you self-taught when it comes to this?
Yes, I'm using the Arrow system.
Okay, so Arrow is just a clone of BEST. What keyway are you working in?
A. I believe it's A. Yeah, these are A's.
Is Arrow individually capped, or is it a slide cover?
It's not. This is an Arrow program. I'm using BEST. I'm working with BEST.
Okay. Are you individually capping the chambers?
Yes.
I was just making conversation before I got back
That's
to my desk. Okay. If you would tell me the key and its bidding, if you would.
The key number is 011247. The pins are from bottom to 40127.
Oh no, hold on.
Yeah.
So the 011247, what key is that?
That's what it says here is the key, the key number.
Right, but is that the master? Is that the control?
That's supposed to be the operator's key.
Okay, so that's going to be 1AA, let's call it. What's your master key bidding?
422242.
That's not a good key. What's your control?
121614
No, tell me the biddings, not the pins.
I don't know what that is. I don't know that. That I don't know. I'm only going by what I got on this program.
Okay. So tell me the pins that you're using for the control again.
12, 16, 14, 8, 2, 4.
Okay. What is your driver pin in each?
That's a top pin, 7, 4, 6, 11, 13, 12.
Bear with me. Okay. So your math adds up to 23. That's good. We can tell you're working in an A2 system.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 plus 10 plus 4. So if we made that 6 plus 10 minus 4 equals 12. Okay. So your control cut is going to be a 6 in the first chamber. 6 plus 10, 16 minus 4 is 12. Okay. Just bear with me. So in the first chamber, you should have a 0 bottom pin.
I do.
Okay. You should have, well, you should have a 4 master
Yes.
pin. You
Yes.
should have another 12, obviously, and then a 7. And
yes.
what I'd like for you to do, and what I do, is just pin one chamber and test all your keys.
That's exactly what I do.
Okay.
I do one at a time.
So do all of your keys work?
No, well, the master key works and the core key works,
But
the operator key doesn't work. I used
Okay.
a blue punch. I've punched out three keys, I think, and neither one of them would work.
and you have a blue punch for A2?
Yes.
And have you gone so far as to measure the root depth of that cut to make sure the machine is cutting correctly?
I have no idea how to do that.
Okay, so there is, so the math works out. The next step to troubleshoot is to put a caliper on the key, and you would measure the bottom of the cut to the root of the key blade to the bottom of the blank. That will give you what we call the root depth. You could pull up what's called a depth and spacing chart. HPC publishes it. And then you'll see what the root depth is for a 0 cut. With your caliper, you'll then verify whether or not your cuts are accurate. So what you could do... So
this
that
is
would be
the only one that has not worked properly. I've done 5 so far, 5 different groups, and they all work except this one.
Okay. Why? So our trouble is that 0 cut on the operating key. So, or what I'd call the change key. What I would do is I would drop a 0 bottom pin into the first chamber, obviously the chamber that is at the tip of the key. And then I would drop a very large B segment, like a 17 or a 19 pin, and then I would use a drill bit to hold that down, and I would test the operating key to make sure that it turns the plug only. And that drill bit will allow you to put tension on the the 19 or the 18 pin you would drop, because you've got to be able to block the control log. So I would test it that way. At the end of the day, it sounds like there's nothing wrong with your keys because the first 5 worked. It could be that this core is funny. I would try the same bitting on a different core, because maybe you got a boogered up core. Maybe there's something, there's a snarl in there. There's a burr. There's got some giddy up or hair in the wrong place.
Okay.
So it could be that as well.
All right. Well, I'll give that a try. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and help.
My name is Richard. I would only ask that if you still have trouble to call me back. I am paying forward extreme generosity that was shown to me many decades ago from locksmiths. So by all means, call me back.
Are you the one that does the videos?
Yes, sir.
I watched you do the video with the blue punch machine.
Oh, yeah. I do love me some ProLock. Yeah. If you're going to do it all the time, the ProLock's really great, but a lot of the institutional guys, like the military, Air Force bases, they all use the best original combinator, the tool from Best. But that tool's pushing $5,000 nowadays, or at least. Oh yeah,
right. I saw that. You did a video on that one too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Or somebody, I know I watched that, and I thought it was $5,000 right now. We don't need that.
How old is your blue punch?
what, 2 months, 3 months old, maybe.
Oh, that's great. Mine is 20 years old. I've got a blue punch for cutting Schleg, and I got a blue punch for IC, but my Schleg one is 20 years old, and more than that now. And the only thing, I did send it into the plant to have it recalibrated, and the only thing that you got to keep on hand is a couple of those springs that will pull the lever back up.
Well, you mentioned that in the video.
Yeah. I think if you get out to cutting 20,000 keys, you should probably have 2 of those springs there, just because that's an Achilles heel wound right there without those puppies. Well, you can still cut on the machine, but you're going to want anyway. So
I don't think I'm going to get up that money.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-story building, and God knows how many lofts we're going to do here, but we're doing them.
Well, 5-story building, I mean, you could have, 25, 50 doors per floor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
sure.
You got a lot.
Yeah.
How have you learned how to do the combinating? Who's coming up with the biddings on the keys?
I'm using this arrow system that I got from, I got this all from CLK Supplies.
Oh, okay. So you bought a pre-built bidding system for you. Okay. I understand. If you,
yes.
I understand. If you at one point want to take it a step further so you can understand the mathematics of what's happening behind there, give me a call on a Saturday morning. I usually have lots of time on my hands then.
Well, I watched another fellow do that. That guy from CLK Supplies, when he wrote all that stuff down there and how to do bidding with in your head.
Yeah.
I figured, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get that far.
Well,
that's why I bought the program.
That's why That's why people do it. They just it's nice to know, but unless you use it, it's like a muscle. It'll just evaporate if you don't use it.
Sure. Exactly.
Well, have a great weekend, sir.
All right, you too. Take care. Thank you again.
Bye. Yes,
Bye.
Sir. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.